The desert of Arrakis stretches endlessly, its golden dunes glowing under twin suns. But beneath the silence, destiny stirs. This is not just a planet, it's a crucible where empires are tested, and legends are born. Paul Atreides, once a noble heir, now walks as a fugitive in the burning sands. After the fall of House Atreides, betrayed and hunted by the Harkonnens, Paul's journey is no longer about survival. It's about transformation. He was trained by warriors, mentored by philosophers, and burdened with the bloodline of prophecy. His mother, Lady Jessica, a member of the mysterious Bene Gesserit sisterhood, taught him the secrets of the voice, the art of bending others to his will. But even she could not foresee how the prophecy would twist fate itself. As Paul and Jessica wander the desert, they are discovered by the Freemen, the mysterious desert dwellers who call Arrakis home. To the Freemen, Paul is not just an outsider. He's the fulfillment of an ancient myth. The one they call Muad'Dib, the Lisan al-Gaib, the voice from the outer world who will lead them to freedom. Paul's connection to Arrakis deepens. The desert whispers to him through visions of war, of blood, of a galaxy burning in his name. The spice, melange, flowing through the air, heightens his senses beyond human limits. He sees possible futures, some glorious, others catastrophic. Under the blazing heat, Paul learns to survive like a freeman, walking rhythmically to avoid sandworms, drinking reclaimed moisture from his still suit, and mastering the sands as if they were extensions of his will. Each trial makes him stronger. Each loss makes him colder. Meanwhile, in the shadows of the Empire, Baron Harkonnen revels in his victory, unaware that the boy he sought to destroy is becoming something far greater, a messiah forged in the desert. But the Emperor himself begins to sense a disturbance. Whispers spread through the stars of a new leader rising on Arrakis. A legend reborn. As Paul earns the trust of the Freemen, his destiny begins to manifest. He rides the mighty Sandworm for the first time, a moment that seals his transformation from exile to chosen one. Under the twin moons, the Freemen chant his name, their faith now absolute. But as Paul looks to the horizon, he knows the truth: the prophecy is not a gift. It's a burden. Because to fulfill it, he must bring death to millions, and reshape the universe in his image. The Messiah is rising. But every rise demands a fall. The sands of Arrakis no longer whisper, they roar. Months have passed since Paul Atreides became Muad'Dib, leader of the Freemen. In the deep caverns of Siege Tabor, he now commands warriors trained by hardship, united by prophecy. The desert people once feared outsiders, but now they follow one. And under his rule, they prepare for war. Paul has become more than human. The spice flows through his veins like fire, unlocking visions of future wars and rivers of blood. He sees himself not just as a leader, but as a god. Yet, in his eyes lies both determination and dread. He knows every victory will cost thousands of lives, and every life lost will carve another piece of his soul away. Lady Jessica, now the Freeman's reverend mother, warns her son. You walk the edge of destiny. One wrong step, and you'll become the very monster you seek to destroy. But Paul's resolve is unshaken. The Empire has taken everything from him. Now he will take everything back. Night falls over the dunes. Freeman soldiers emerge like shadows, guided by the rhythmic calls of sandworms. Their blue eyes glow with the power of spice. Paul stands atop a dune, cloak flowing, staring at the distant lights of Arrakis, the Harkonnen stronghold. His voice echoes through the canyon winds. Tonight, we are no longer hidden. Tonight, the desert fights back. The battle begins. Explosions shatter the silence as Freeman warriors ride the colossal sandworms straight into enemy lines. The desert becomes a battlefield of chaos and fire. Harkonnen ships rain death from above, but the Freemen strike from below, unstoppable, untraceable. Paul's strategy is flawless, born of both logic and foresight. Meanwhile, Gurney Halleck, Paul's old mentor and loyal fighter, reunites with him, leading a fierce ground assault. The two embrace briefly before returning to war, teacher and student now fighting side by side. High above the chaos, the Emperor's fleet arrives. The golden banners of the Carino Empire descend upon Arrakis, bringing legions of Sardaukar, the galaxy's most feared soldiers. But even they cannot stand against the fury of a planet united by faith. Paul steps forward, activating ancient weapons powered by spice energy. The sands themselves erupt, swallowing entire ships. The Emperor watches in disbelief as the very world he sought to control turns against him. As the battle rages, Paul's visions grow stronger. He sees flames consuming entire worlds, his name chanted as both savior and destroyer. Tears mix with the sand on his face. "Is this the price of destiny?" he whispers. By dawn, the Harkonnen forces are broken. The Emperor kneels before the new ruler of Arrakis. The boy he once ignored now holds the fate of galaxies in his hands. But victory comes with a cost. Chani, Paul's love, looks into his eyes and sees not the man she once knew, but a god shaped by prophecy and blood. The desert is silent again, but peace feels hollow. Because deep inside, Paul knows this is not the end. It's only the beginning of something much darker. The sun rises over Arrakis, casting light upon a new empire, one born not of politics or conquest, but prophecy and faith. The Emperor's throne now sits empty, and in its place stands Paul Atreides, the man once hunted, now hailed as Muad'Dib, the savior of the desert. But as the banners of House Atreides rise once more, the air feels heavy. The freemen chant his name like a god's prayer, and across the galaxy, entire planets begin to kneel. The myth has become reality, and reality trembles before it. Paul stands on the balcony of the royal palace in Arrakis, overlooking the golden dunes. Chani stands beside him, silent, her eyes filled with both love and fear. The Emperor, defeated, watches as his own daughter, Princess Irulan, is offered to Paul in a marriage of political peace. Paul accepts, not out of love, but necessity. A gesture that turns victory into control. He has achieved everything. He has avenged his father, restored his house, and united Arrakis. But in the depths of his mind, the visions continue, unstoppable, merciless. He sees billions dying in his name, entire worlds burning under the banner of his faith. He sees himself, no longer human, but an idea, a storm that cannot be stopped. Late at night, Paul wanders the palace halls alone. The golden corridors echo with silence as he looks upon the sleeping city. His voice, soft and broken, fills the still air. "They call me a god, but all I ever wanted was peace." Meanwhile, the Bene Gesserit move in the shadows, whispering about the prophecy they tried to control, now unleashed beyond their reach. The guild navigators tremble, fearing the chaos that Paul's power brings to the delicate balance of the universe. Paul steps outside into the desert one final time. The wind howls across the sands, carrying the voices of the dead, soldiers, friends, and innocents lost in his name. The spice glows faintly under the moonlight, the source of all power and all ruin. He kneels, letting the sand run through his fingers. For a moment, he is no emperor, no god, just a man who has seen too much. "The prophecy was never about saving the world," he says quietly. "It was about changing it, no matter the cost." A sandworm emerges in the distance, rising like a mountain, circling him, as if recognizing its true master. Paul looks to the horizon, where the twin suns meet the edge of the world. His eyes, glowing blue from the spice, reflect both triumph and tragedy. As he walks into the golden storm, the wind carries his final whisper. "He who controls the spice controls the universe, but who controls the heart?" The screen fades to black. The legend of Muad'Dib becomes eternal, part savior, part destroyer, a god born of man's hunger for destiny. End of Dune, Part 2, The Rise of the Messiah and the Fall of Empires.